Please remain standing while the members of the Boy Scouts of America, Troop 5 of Madison, present the flags. Then I invite you all to join in the singing of our national anthem, led by DSU vocalists Johnston Youngerman and John Townsend. Please remain silent then as the Boy Scouts march out of the auditorium.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. Good morning to you all on this beautiful day. I'm Yose Marie Griffiths, the president of Dakota State University. It's my great pleasure to welcome all of you to our 2017 spring commencement. And this includes all of you in the Playhouse and those participating online. First of all, I'd like to congratulate each of you who is graduating today. We are gathered here to celebrate your success in achieving this admirable milestone in both your life and your career, a Dakota State University degree. Secondly, congratulations to all of you who are here to support our graduates. None of us achieves any success on our own. We are dependent not only on the support of those we know and love, our families and friends, faculty and staff, but also on the hundreds, if not thousands of people who may be invisible and unknown to us, but without whom none of us would be here today. I've always loved the Isaac Newton quote, "If I see further, it's by standing on the shoulders of giants." And we are all standing on the shoulders of giants in this field house today. The giants who had the vision to establish this institution that is now named Dakota State University, as well as those who have sustained the university over the years. The giants of our families and friends who've made choices and provided loving support day by day throughout our lives, and the giants of this Madison community, this state, this country, and our world. We are in amazing company today amid a host of witnesses to celebrate the success of the hardworking individuals who constitute today's graduating class. So graduates, please stand, turn around, and join me in thanking your family and friends for their contributions to your success. Pleased that we have a number of distinguished guests to celebrate with us today. On the platform, we have Regent Jim Morgan, class of 1978 Dakota State alumnus Arden Jones, our commencement speaker, Lieutenant General Susan Lawrence, United States Army. We have in the audience General Lawrence's mother, Patty, her sisters, Judy and Kelly, and her niece, Courtney, who are seated out there in the audience today, so welcome. Also joining us are former South Dakota State Senator Scott Parsley and his wife Val, former DSU Alumni Board of Directors President and current board member Joyce Welborn, class of 1962, and her husband Claire, Associate Professor Emeritus Tom Farrell and his wife Joyce. Tom and Joyce are graduates of the class of 1970 and past honorees of the Distinguished Alumni Award. And last but not least, DSU's first dude, my husband, Don King. The South Dakota Board of Regents describes an honorary doctoral degree as its highest honor, bestowed upon individuals who've achieved distinction in their professions, have rendered outstanding contributions or service contribution, outstanding contributions or service, and or have made a recognized scholarly or service contribution as a regional, national, or international figure. Dakota State University has a long tradition of awarding honorary degrees. We award an honorary doctorate to a person we determine has earned this recognition as a role model and living illustration of the values and contributions we seek to instill in our graduates. A Dakota State University honorary doctorate affirms that the honorees have distinguished themselves by their vision, courage, compassion, proven success, and generosity, with special emphasis on how they help other individuals and organizations succeed. Today, it is my great honor to confer an honorary doctorate of science on Lieutenant General Susan Lawrence. Provost Hanson and Regent Morgan, would you please escort our honoree to the podium and assist me with this presentation? Lieutenant General Susan Lawrence is awarded this honorary doctorate for 40-plus years of distinguished, tenacious, and visionary service in the United States Army, and now in the private sector as a senior vice president at Booz Allen Hamilton. She has reached the highest levels of military and civilian leadership through a demonstrated commitment to continuous learning and taking on remarkable challenges. Lieutenant General Lawrence has not only lived through the meteoric rise of technology's role in our world, she has been one of our visionaries, leading the development and application of those technologies to transform critical endeavors. In her role as Army Chief Information Officer, she led the development and implementation of a single, secure network for the entire United States Army, exponentially improving the security and efficiency of the Army's systems while simultaneously saving taxpayers about $2 billion. In 2013, she retired from the Army, having attained the rank of Lieutenant General. Lawrence is continuing her professional work as a senior vice president with the strategy and technology consulting firm Booz Allen Hamilton, advising on military IT and communication systems. Using her military experience in technology fields, Lawrence now supports a number of businesses and initiatives that cut across the defense and security markets, including C4, that's Command, Control, Communications, and Computers. ISR, that's Intelligence, Surveillance, and Reconnaissance. Enterprise IT, joint information environments, cyber, integrated mission systems, and emerging technologies. On the occasion of her retirement from the Army, President Barack Obama wrote in his letter to her, "In your career, you have looked beyond your own comfort and safety to protect the lives and way of life of those you may never meet. That exceptional spirit of sacrifice is the mark of the men and women of the armed forces and their families. Your courage and selflessness are values each American look to as we work to keep this nation's dream alive for future generations." And despite these accolades, Lawrence says, "Well, I've worked with some fabulous people." Her humble leadership approach focuses less on giving orders and more on empowering her subordinates. And in this way, she counts her achievements as blessings. Lieutenant General Lawrence has been awarded multiple military and civilian honors, and we are extremely pleased that we're able to add a DSU doctorate to acknowledge the contribution she has made to our world. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Lieutenant General Susan Lawrence. And now, I am delighted to introduce our honored commencement speaker today, Dr. Lieutenant General Susan Lawrence. Now, normally, our honorary doctorate recipients are aware that they're going to receive the degree. For a number of reasons, we wanted this to be a surprise for her. She had no idea that this would be a component of her attendance today. So before she speaks, I'd like to give you some more information about her background, which will also allow her a couple of minutes to compose herself and recover from our academic ambush. A native of Ida Grove, Iowa, Dr. Lawrence enlisted in the Army in 1972 when she was 18 years old. Her boyfriend had just been killed in a car accident, and she knew she needed something to give her new direction and focus. Little did anyone know how much direction and focus she would give to the Army and to the scores of people who would report to her in ever-ascending commands. When Lawrence joined the Army, women wore skirts, weren't allowed to fire weapons, and the only jobs available to women were as nurses, administrators, and stenographers. Lawrence chose a different path. Traditionally, the Army's operating domains have been land, sea, air, and space, and Lawrence led the Army into the new and critical domain of cyberspace. She ascended through the ranks from private to become the first woman Army Chief Information Officer, overseeing a $10 billion budget, and that was billion with a B. She modernized the Army's entire IT infrastructure during a time when connectivity and security became critical to mission success. Lawrence advised the Secretary of the Army, the Department of Defense CIO, members of Congress, White House staff, and foreign governments and militaries. Throughout her career, she has served in operational assignments in Europe, South Korea, Southwest Asia, Iraq, Afghanistan, and the United States. She has commanded at every level from platoon to Army Signals Command. Lawrence served through the integration of women into Army units, and as we all know, that has often been a painful and challenging process, most of all for the women. Many women who started with high hopes of changing the status quo left in discouragement, but not so Lawrence. She and other women under her command were featured on the cover of a USA Today article about integrating women into combat. She was quoted as saying, "Women aren't going to leave, we're going to war with you." And shortly thereafter, Lawrence led her unit into Kuwait for Operation Desert Thunder. Her performance was so outstanding, she was soon named commander of the 7th Signal Brigade, 5th Signal Command. The promotions only continued from there, Lawrence is only the 4th woman Lieutenant General in the Army's history. While Lawrence has conquered impressive professional challenges, she's faced personal challenges as well. She is a cancer survivor. She was diagnosed with breast cancer 10 days before her promotion to Brigadier General, and she worked through her 7 months of treatment. She earned her bachelor's degree and her master's in information systems management while she was in the service. She's been generous with her time and knowledge, serving as a mentor to so many other women. She knows what it's like to be the only woman in the office or on the battlefield, and is involved in multiple efforts to increase inclusion and the success of women at every level of society. Now at Booz Allen Hamilton, in addition to her role as an executive vice president, she is also the executive sponsor of Booz Allen's Women's Agenda, an effort to increase opportunities for women in the company. Those who've worked with Lawrence call her an extraordinary leader and an IT visionary. Major General Brian Guillen said, "Susan is one of those very rare and talented individuals who has the ability to focus not just on the here and now, but to simultaneously posture us for the future as well." What better person to speak to our new Dakota State University graduates? Please join me in welcoming Dr. Lieutenant General Susan Lawrence to deliver our commencement address.
Now I truly am at a loss for words. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with me. It was a surprise, and I am just so honored and humbled to be considered for this position. Dr. Griffiths, Board of Regents, to our alumni, to the veterans I saw in the audience saluting during our national anthem, thank you for your service. Faculty members who make the difference, families and members and friends, and most importantly, to the class of 2017. It is my honor to be here today and recognize you during this critical milestone on the way to the rest of your lives. Dr. Griffiths, thank you so much for this kind invitation. I'm more humbled than I was before. And I hope this graduating class will find my words inspirational and will somehow help them negotiate the next hurdle as you find your fulfilling career. But somehow I think the words of Art Buchholz are probably more appropriate. I came here to say something profound, and you'll forget it in about 15 minutes. That's the afterlife of a graduation speech. So I will make this short, and I hope I can share a few stories with you, and that's what I would like to do today during this time. But first, I want to say I've had the privilege of meeting with Dr. Griffiths a number of times over this past year as a member of her Trojan Council, and I am absolutely in awe of her vision, her tenacity, her get-it-done bravado for Dakota State University. You are all very fortunate to have her at the helm. Please join me in thanking her for her leadership. I do want to take the opportunity to share a couple of stories with you, to talk about how can you set and achieve unimaginable goals. And as you heard Dr. Griffiths say, I have been blessed to achieve some unimaginable goals during my career. And secondly, to empower people, to empower you to change the world. So I'll start with my story. As you heard, I come from a wonderful rural town in Iowa, Ida Grove. I often credit my hometown for the values and the work ethics that I have achieved during my career. But to set the context, no McDonald's, no 7-Elevens, no traffic lights, Main Street's 2.5 blocks long, but that was America to me. I knew no different growing up as we went forward. And as you're growing up, probably one of the most common things you're asked is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And most of my peers and classmates said the right things. They said, be a doctor, be a dentist, be a soccer player. And much to my parents' chagrin and embarrassment, if anybody asked me what I was going to be when I grew up, I was going to be a Supreme. I was joining Diana Ross's team. Now, to the classmates, you may have to Google Diana Ross to see who she is. But I knew every word to every song, I knew every dance move, and I was going to demonstrate it to you today, but my sister Kelly says, I have to live here, would you please not do that? And when the Supremes broke up, my mother thought she was going to have to take me and commit me because of my deep depression, because my life was over. But it really was one of my very first lessons in choosing a career and recognizing what is right for you. And that is, there were two blaring issues. And the most important was, I am completely deaf-tone, cannot sing a note. So as you select your career, knowing your strengths are important, but being self-aware of your shortcomings are just as important when doing that. So as you heard along the way, I made the decision to join the Army, and I enlisted as a young private shortly after my 18th birthday, and I became a stenographer. Yes, you'll have to Google that too. They don't exist anymore. But it turned out to be a great choice for me. And early in my career, I was blessed to learn the second, probably most important lesson that I learned. And that is to find that mentor, that coach, to work for someone who sees something more in you than you ever saw in yourself. So I was in Alaska. I was a stenographer to General Mickey Marks, and he received an assignment to Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And he said, would you like to go with me? It was pretty darn cold in Alaska, and North Carolina sounded pretty good. So off I went. And we got down there, and about a month after we were there, he said, okay, it's time for you to go to airborne school. Oh no, I didn't lose anything up there. I don't need to be jumping out of airplanes. I'll meet you down here. I'll pick you up when you get down. And 6 weeks later, he pinned my airborne wings on me. So he let me go for a couple months, and then he said, it's now time for you to go to the Non-Commissioned Officer Academy. Oh no, not, this is not the time. They've only had 2 classes when they've integrated women. This would be the 3rd class. They're not ready for me. I think we need to give them a little bit more time and sort this out. So a month later, I was in the Non-Commissioned Officer Academy, going through it. And I did learn so many lessons about being a part of a team, recognizing your weaknesses to work on, because I went to the academy with combat arms men, with the infantry, with the artillery, with special operations, and me, the stenographer. And so I obviously had to study, learn, and depend on the men that were in my class with me to bring me along. Our last event was a 10-mile run. It was December. We were in our boots, our fatigues, we had a sweatshirt on, we had our gloves, and we had 3 groups. The academy was so large. And I said, okay, I'm gonna put myself in that middle group, middle person, so I'll shame myself and I won't fall out of this run. And about mile 6, I'm handing my gloves to the guys next to me and say, will you carry these for me? They're too darn heavy. And then this black hat instructor comes back and he says, Sergeant Lawrence, fall out. Oh no, I am not falling out of this run. He says, no, the commandant wants to see you. And the commandant is like at the front of the formation, which seemed about 5 miles away. And he says, the commandant wants to see you. Oh no, the commandant's gonna have to come back here if he wants to see me, because there's no way I'm gonna make it up there. But we were going around this really wide curve in the road, and so I took off running across the field, you know, the shortest distance between 2 points, with this black hat chasing me, yelling at me. And I finally made it to the front of the formation, and he turned around and he said, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce you to your distinguished graduate. And it was just amazing. I couldn't believe it. And then he turned back around and he says, "You're not going to fall out now, are you?" I said, no, I think I can make it. So obviously, General Marks was very proud of me. And he left me alone for about 30 days. And then he said, "It's now time for you to go to college." I don't want to go to college. Why do I have to go to college? He says, "You need to be an officer." I said, no, I'm going to be the first woman sergeant major of the Army. I don't need to go to college. Well, you know where I was that next Saturday. Eventually received a scholarship and my commission, and General Marks came back to pin my lieutenant bars on me at that time. So find that person that sees something way more in you that you see in yourself, and stay driven to continue to grow. I obviously thrived as an officer, from private to lieutenant general, from stenographer to recently winning the Women of Excellence Digital Trailblazer Award. About a year before I retired from the military, I was being interviewed for a magazine, and it was the normal questions about networks, cybersecurity, architectures, threats of the future. And at the end, the reporter looked around the room and she said, "Did you ever imagine one day you would be the CIO of the United States Army?" I said, "No, that's unimaginable." A couple months later, I was the keynote speaker of the Women of Colored STEM conference in Dallas, and I met the awardees that evening and was so impressed with the direction they were going, their understanding and the importance of the degrees. And I went back and I read my speech, and I said, "I can't give this speech." And so I threw it away. And the next day I spoke about achieving unimaginable goals. Now, how can you do that? And it's important that you take it a step at a time, not knowing what that unimaginable goal is going to be. You know, it was to be a company commander. It was to be a battalion commander, to be a brigade commander. And you just have to take it one step at a time. Please excuse me. So the key is that you're going to run into hurdles, you're going to run into barriers. The key is to not derail yourself as you're going along, and to find the right way to make the right decisions. As Dr. Griffiths had said, I ran into one of those hurdles. When I first turned 50, that was very emotional. My mother flew in to surprise me and to celebrate my 50th birthday. And that day, I received a call from my doctor and told I had cancer. And then very shortly after that, was whispered to that I had made the general officer promotion list. I said, "Okay, Lord, that's enough for 1 month. Let's kind of spread this stuff out." But again, I was very, very blessed. And I fought through it because I had something on the other end, and I didn't let it become a derailer to me. Another story is my CEO of Booz Allen Hamilton, Horacio Rosinski, who grew up in a very depressed area of Argentina. His family was actually prosecuted, and he knew he wanted something different for himself and for his family. So he made it through college. He became an intern at Booz Allen Hamilton, and at the age of 46, was named the CEO of a $6 billion corporation. And as we were walking out of the auditorium together, I said, "Did you ever imagine?" He says, "No, it's unimaginable." He's a great young leader, inspirational, and we have a new vision statement: empowering people to change the world. He believes it, he champions it, he lives by it. An example is most recently, our intern programs, we would assign a young intern to somebody to learn about the business. Excuse me. 2 years ago, we decided to change it. And we put them in groups. And we called it the Summer Games. And we said, find a real world problem and solve it. And our winners last year still bring tears to my eyes. So they took on human trafficking. Only 5% of our containers coming in and out of our ports can be checked and inspected. They developed a sensor that could go on every crane and with a 94% reliability predict whether there's a heartbeat inside that container or not. So needless to say, they were between their junior and senior years. We hired them on the spot, let them go back to get their degrees, and now they're on our team as they do that. But we're committed to giving opportunities to people, for people to change the world. I recently saw a Verizon commercial about STEM, and I really loved it. And I don't remember who the people were, so I'm going to make them up, except for one. You know, Brad Pitt, I'm going to be an actor. Iman, I'm going to be a model. Wayne Gretzky, I'm going to be a soccer player. LeBron James, I'm going to be a basketball player. And then there's just kind of this pause. And LeBron James says, we don't need any more LeBrons. We need more of you. And if America's going to stay a world power, we need more of you. So over the past few years, I've been studying, are there common traits or are there common leadership strengths that make somebody different, that brings a Susan from Ida Grove, Iowa to be the CIO of the Army, from Horacio to Argentina to be the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar corporation? Are there common traits? And I think there are, so I'm going to give you a few. It takes service, not just service, but passionate service. Embracing the mission, building community through generosity. It takes ingenuity, not just ingenuity, but collective ingenuity. Find the problem and solve it. Be resourceful and creative, and seek to make the biggest difference. It takes heart, not just heart, but a champion's heart. Crave to be the best. Learn from your failure and compete with passion. It takes courage, and not just courage, but unflinching courage. Speak truth to power. Maintain conviction, especially under duress, and bring bold thinking. And lastly, integrity. Not just integrity, but ferocious integrity. Do what is right. Hold yourself and others accountable. The world is your canvas. It is blank. It is for you to design, to dream, to achieve the unimaginable goals. It is there to empower you to change the world. I am so excited for you at this time, and I wish you Godspeed. Our nation is bright because of you. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your ceremony today.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lawrence. Setting and achieving unimaginable goals. When I try that, people call me a little bit mad. These people up here think I'm a little crazy, but we have to keep doing that, right? Looking forward and empowering our faculty and our staff and our students to change the world. So we hope to live by those traits that you gave us and move forward. I'm now pleased to introduce a musical selection, I Lived, performed by DSU Voices under the direction of Dan Mortensen and Dr. Peter Kim.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall.
Hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Hope everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that
and it hurts so bad. The only way you can, you give it all you have.
And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. I hope when that moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. Saw so many places and things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I live.
Hope that you spend your days,
That they all add up.
and when that sun goes down,
I hope you raise your cup. And I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain.
until that moment comes, I'll say,
I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. Saw so many places and things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I live. Oh, 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 every broken bone, I swear I live. Every broken bone, I swear I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places and things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I live.
Thank you very much. I continue to be impressed by the wide range of talents of our DSU students and our broader campus community. Thank you for sharing your gifts with all of us through the added delight of music. I now invite Provost Hanson to the podium to present the faculty awards.
Good morning. This is no cliche. The heart of any university is its faculty. And Dakota State University, that ongoing experiment in higher education, is no exception. Our faculty have a commitment to and an expertise in the use and sharing of leading-edge technology, an edge that's constantly moving forward. But let's not focus just on the technology, because at the same time, our faculty are literally enabling our students to think and to plan and to criticize and to develop. Figuratively, our faculty lift their students up onto their shoulders, literally, so that they can see tomorrow. Each spring, 4 faculty are selected by their peers for special recognition. I ask this year's recipients of the faculty awards to stand as their names are called and we'll give them all a round of applause at the end. First, the Ernest M. Teagarden Award for Excellence in Teaching, Dr. Jeff Howard, Associate Professor in the College of Arts and Sciences. The Merrill Hunter Award for Excellence in Research, Dr. Jun Liu, Assistant Professor in the College of Business and Information Systems. The Dwayne Mork Award for Excellence in Service, Dr. Jennifer Nash, Associate Professor in the College of Education. And the Alexander Sandy Davidson Award for Excellence in Advising, Dr. Vicki Johnson, Associate Professor in the College of Arts and Sciences. Please give these 4 outstanding faculty members a round of applause. And I now ask that all of our Dakota State University faculty stand so that you all can recognize and acknowledge their contributions to today's graduates. Faculty, on your feet. Congratulations. Thank you.
Our commencement ceremony includes 2 members of the graduating class offering a few words on behalf of the graduates. Our first speaker is Janelle Pepke. Janelle grew up on her family's farm outside of Alexandria, South Dakota. Janelle has always had a love for nature. She enjoys going on hikes, reading, and sketching all that she sees. Helping others is another passion of Janelle's, which led her to become the outreach coordinator for the National Society of Leadership and Success Honors Society at DSU. She plans to continue helping people through her degree in digital arts with a web design and production specialization, and by becoming the graphic and web designer for her family's e-commerce business, Dakota Daughter Enterprise. Janelle?
I knew I should have brought my step stool. And good morning, everyone. My name is Janelle, and I am very humbled to be one of 2 student speakers this year, representing the class of 2017. I'd first and foremost like to thank Dr. Griffiths, as well as all faculty and staff, parents and family members, especially my own, for if it wasn't for my parents' little accident 22 years ago, I wouldn't even be standing here today. And most importantly, I'd like to thank my fellow graduates. It is truly an honor to be able to stand here today and speak to you all one last time. While I was planning my speech, I spent a long time thinking about what do people want to hear? What can I say to make them laugh or inspire them? And the result? A blank stare and a blind panic, but that's usually normal for me when it comes to writing anything right now. But in all honesty, I've realized I should talk about something that a lot of us graduates are concerned about. What is the next step? And maybe you've had the same experience I have this past semester while nearing the end. Nearly everyone you talk to asks, do you have a job lined up yet? What are you going to do next? What's your plan? I know I've had that a lot this year. And my response has always been the same. I don't know. I kind of have a plan. I mean, I know where I'll be living next. I know what job I'll be doing for now, but that may change. Plans change. And in all honesty, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And it's funny to still be thinking that when I grow up, isn't it? But despite finishing just our education, we still have, all of us still have a lot of room to grow. And from my perspective, that's what university is for. It's to give us a direction to go in for the next step. And that direction may currently be to go work for the government or work for a local business, start your own business, get your master's degree, or even travel the world. Whatever that plan is, just know that it may change down the line, and that's okay. And if you don't have a plan right now, that's perfectly okay too. That's part of life, and that's part of being an adult. Plans change, dreams change. Just have faith that you will figure it out. And never compare yourself to anyone else. Never compare your achievements or your goals to anyone else's. For their achievements, dreams, goals, and talents are not yours. You only have two people you should compare yourself to: the you of yesterday and the you of tomorrow. Those are the only two people you should strive to be better than or to become. Be proud of what you've done. You have just finished something so wonderful, and something that will lead you to a brand new adventure. Do not doubt yourself, for you've just proven to everyone here today that you can take on the world. I mean, look at yourself. You just spent the last few years dedicated to your education, proving that you can take on any challenge or adversity that's been placed in front of you. And do not let anyone tell you that you are not good enough, that you haven't tried enough. For when you walk across this stage today to get your very expensive piece of paper, you will have shown everyone, including yourself, that you are more than enough. You are exceptional. I believe each and every one of you are capable of something so wonderful, and I hope that you can believe that too. And know that whatever your next step is, it will work out. Congratulations, my fellow graduates. You did it. Now on to a new adventure. Thank you.
Thank you, Janelle. Our second speaker is Tyler Rao. Tyler is from Aberdeen, South Dakota, and graduating today with a bachelor's degree in computer science. While at DSU, Tyler was involved in the Computer Club, Offensive Security Club, the founder of the Algorithms Club, and one of the founding members of the new Collegiate Entrepreneurial Organization, CEO. During Tyler's free time, he enjoys competitive programming, data analytics, public speaking, tutoring, video games, and music exploration. Tyler plans to work at the Los Alamos National Lab this summer and then pursue a master's degree, followed by a PhD. Tyler.
First, I want to say thank you to Dr. Griffiths and the DSU faculty for giving me this opportunity to speak during graduation. It's a great honor to speak in front of this graduating class here today. Years ago, if you had asked me how I was going to get to where I am right now, if you had asked me how I was going to get to stand in front of this graduating class, I couldn't have told you. I couldn't have told you how I was going to move through each individual class. I couldn't have told you how I was going to figure out the social relationships with the people around me. I couldn't have told you I was going to go to another country for almost a year and figure out the cultural differences there. I couldn't have told you how I was going to study for hard tests. I couldn't have told you how I was going to figure out difficult assignments and spend late nights up working on them. I couldn't have told you how I was going to answer the philosophical questions that came up in my life during this time. I couldn't have told you how I was going to answer all of those questions. I couldn't have told you how I was going to do any of those things. But if you'd go back in time, instead asked me, Tyler, will you do it? Will you figure out the questions that you need to answer, and will you find the answers to them? I would have told you yes. I would have told you undoubtedly, as each complex wave of my journey rolled over me, I would overcome the obstacles, and I would figure out the answers to those questions. I would figure out what I needed to know and how to do it. And all of you sitting here today are here because you've also done it. We're all sitting here in this room today because we've all done it. We all figured out how to traverse our own path to bring us right here to this room, starting with our own childhood, our own upbringing, and coming to right here to this moment where we mark the accomplishment of this goal in our lives. But this isn't the end for any of us. This isn't the end for a single graduate in this room here today. This is just one step along the journey each of us has set out for ourselves. This is just one step along the way. And along this journey in life toward whatever dreams you may have, remember there are people around you. Remember the friends, the family, and the DSU faculty that have been around you this whole time. Remember the friends, the family, and the faculty that you've been around this whole time as well. Remember all the people you've interacted with. Remember all the people you've interacted with in your life this far have had an influence on you. That you wouldn't be the same person you are right now without all of those interactions. Likewise, all of the people you've interacted with this far wouldn't be the same person they are right now without interacting with you. I want to quickly thank DSU Professor Tom Halverson for helping me get to where I am today, both personally and intellectually. I want to say it's important to be humble and kind to those around you. You don't know what's going to come from the relationships you have in your life. You don't know what you're going to learn about yourself through other people. You don't know what those other people are going to learn about themselves through you. There's so many factors you don't know. And finally, graduates, as you go out into your life, as you move along this journey to whatever goals you have, remember that feeling you had when you started here at DSU. Remember that feeling you had the first day you started here on campus. The feeling that was telling you, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I just know I will. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. Janelle and Tyler, you and your fellow graduates know that you'll always have a place at home here. Dakota State University degrees are authorized by the South Dakota Board of Regents, and we're pleased to have Regent Jim Morgan with us today to officially confer degrees on our graduating students. Regent Morgan, the faculty of Dakota State University have determined that the candidates before you have completed or will complete all requirements for the degrees identified. I am pleased to concur with the recommendation of the faculty, and I present these candidates to the Board of Regents for the awarding of degrees.
Well, good morning, graduates and friends and family of the graduates. Good morning, faculty and distinguished guests on the platform. It's a beautiful day to be on the Dakota State University campus. Driving down Washington Avenue, seeing the new Beacon facility go up, the hospital that's being renovated and adding a much-needed residence hall space, exciting things happening. And a lot of things that, as was mentioned, under the leadership of President Griffiths, new programs, new directions for the university. So it truly is exciting times for Dakota State, and I say from the Board of Regents perspective, great things happening here. I'd like to echo my congratulations to all the graduates. Again, you all worked hard, and as was alluded to, it wasn't necessarily inexpensive to get your degree. We always try to work on that at the Board of Regents level and try to contain that and help as much as possible, but we know that there was some financial sacrifice there too. And maybe along that line, I'd like to also give a shout out to all those here and those not here who support the university through the Dakota State University Foundation. I can't overstate how important that support is to all of our state universities, and so just thank you to all of you who support the university in that way. So I realize I'm the last thing standing between you and getting your diploma. And so let's get on with this. So by the authority vested in the Board of Regents for Higher Education by the state of South Dakota, I authorize Dr. Jose Marie Griffiths, President of Dakota State University, to award the degrees recommended.
I now call upon several individuals to assist me with the presentation of diplomas. I ask these individuals to rise to be recognized, and I ask that the audience hold all applause until each has been introduced. Dr. Richard Hansen, Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs and Interim Dean of College of Computing. Dr. Mark Hawkes, Dean Graduate Studies and Research. Dr. Benjamin Jones, Dean College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Doreen Bennett, Dean, College of Business and Information Systems, Dr. Crystal Pauli, Dean, College of Education, Ms. Kathy Calise, Registrar, Ms. Jennifer Meese, Registrar's Assistant, and our student marshals, Dylan Johnson and Joshua Klosterman. Also assisting with the doctoral hooding this morning are Associate Professor Sherry Notaboom and Professor Wayne Pauli. Today, we're especially pleased to present doctoral diplomas to 5 graduates, 3 from our Doctor of Science in Information Systems program, and 2 from our Doctor of Science in Cybersecurity, the first doctoral graduates from that program. I invite Provost Richard Hansen to present these candidates.
It is my pleasure to invite Mohammed Abdul Rahman, candidate for the Doctor of Science degree program in Information Systems, to please come forward. I would also like to invite his program coordinator, Dr. Sherry Noteboom, and the Dean of Graduate Studies and Research, Dr. Mark Hawks, to please come forward for assistance with the hooding. Mohammed has completed a Bachelor of Science degree and a Master's of Computer Information Systems degree from Yarmouk University, along with a Master of Science in Information Systems from Dakota State University. His dissertation is titled Discovering Design Principles for Health Behavioral Change Support Systems, a Text Mining Approach. I recommend to Dr. Griffiths and the South Dakota Board of Regents that Mohammed Abdul Rahman be granted the Doctor of Science degree in Information Systems. It is my pleasure to invite Yazan Al-Ashbal, candidate for Doctor of Science degree program in Information Systems, to please come forward. Yazan has completed a Bachelor of Information Technology and Computer Science degree from Yarmouk University and a Master of Science in Computer Science and Computer Science degree from Jordan University of Science and Technology. He has also completed a Master of Science in Information Systems from Dakota State University. His dissertation is titled Information Security Awareness, Antecedents and User Satisfaction Perspective. I recommend to President Griffiths and the South Dakota Board of Regents that Yazan Ashabal be granted the Doctor of Science degree in Information Systems. It is my pleasure to invite Yinyan Shang, candidate for the Doctor of Science degree program in Information Systems, to please come forward. Yinyan has completed a Bachelor of Management degree and a Master's of Management degree from University of Shanghai for Science and Technology. She has also completed a Master of Science in Information Systems from Dakota State University. Her dissertation is titled Users' Continuance Participation in Online Peer-to-Peer Healthcare Communities, Short-Term versus Long-Term. I recommend to President Griffiths and the South Dakota Board of Regents that Yinyan Shang be granted the Doctor of Science degree in Information Systems. It is my pleasure to invite Michael Ham, candidate for the Doctor of Science degree program in Cybersecurity, to please come forward. I would also like to invite his program coordinator, Dr. Wayne Pauli, to please come forward and assist Dr. Hawks with the hooding. Michael has completed a Bachelor's of Science degree, a Master's of Information Assurance and Computer Security degree, and a Master of Science in Applied Computer Science degree from Dakota State University. His dissertation is titled BGP Route Attestation, Design and Observation Using IPv6 Headers. I recommend to President Griffiths and the South Dakota Board of Regents that Michael Ham be granted the Doctor of Science degree in Cybersecurity. It is my pleasure to invite Joshua Stroshine, candidate for the Doctor of Science degree program in Cybersecurity, to please come forward. Joshua has completed a Bachelor's of Science degree from the University of South Dakota and a Master's in Information Assurance and Computer Security degree from Dakota State University. His dissertation is titled Binary Analysis Framework. I recommend to President Griffiths and the South Dakota Board of Regents that Joshua Stroshine be granted the Doctor of Science degree in cybersecurity. I ask now that Ms. Mees and Ms. Kaliz to please bring the graduates forward to receive their diplomas. I'm going over there.
Will the candidates for master's degrees of Dakota State University please rise and come forward? In the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Business Administration and General Management, Aaron Lucille Anderson. Bryce P. Christensen. In the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Science in Analytics, M.D. Shahzada Bakart. Holly L. Beutler. Kartik Reddy. In the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Science in Information Systems, Louis C. Jasau. Nuwanthi Gamhewaga. Maria F. Kuharski. Kateri Manalo. Kartik Parlela. Ravi Teja Samanji. Goda Nikila Sarani. Tribhuvan Thakur. In the College of Computing, Master of Science in Applied Computer Science, Samuel William Coombe. Matthew Dickinson. Alex Gardner. Andrew W. Kramer. Darren D. Schmitz. In the College of Computing, Master of Science in Information Assurance and Computer Security, Alex J. Baroud. Jeremiah C. Epler. Eric Holm. Nathaniel R. Kirk. Kellen A. Klinkenborg. Jacob D. Meyer. Cole D. Nicholas. Terry H. Riley. Jackson P. Ryan. Nicholas Kai Schuhart. In the College of Education, Master of Science in Education and Educational Technology, Andrew G. Gross. Stephen Julian Klickus. Kirk D. Shalin.
Will the candidates for the bachelor's level degrees granted by Dakota State University please rise and come forward? Graduating in the College of Arts and Sciences, Angel Anthony Alvarez. Ian C. Bars. Bryce A. Blocker. Samantha Lynn Braun. Kelly Ann Brusman, summa cum laude. Kaylee H. Chase, cum laude. Chelsea M. Davis. Bonnie J. Fink. Nicholas J. Hallstrom, magna cum laude. Khalil D. Hesbeck. Lucas J. Lavacek, cum laude. Anna C. Laney. Kevin D. Miller. Griffin R. Mutzenberger. Tana M. Lochner. Dylan R. Olson. Janelle Pepke, summa cum laude. Nathaniel W. Rowan. Craig Standen, magna cum laude. Taylor N. Stratton, cum laude. Kaylee Ray Vanderwall, Center of Excellence, magna cum laude. Han Yoon, summa cum laude. Graduating in the College of Business and Information Systems, Casey Michael Bethke, magna cum laude. Justine Vikorimana. Aaron Bruns Long. Dave Buswell. Juan Carlos Castilla Garcia. Edward T. Clark. Mackenzie G. Davis, Center of Excellence. Tuishenge Foibe. Morgan Forsch, cum laude. Bronson N. French. Kirsten A. Johnson, Center of Excellence, summa cum laude. Marinda Grayson Kern, Center of Excellence, and also a graduating member of Delta Mu Delta. Michaela Maddox. Remington Lace Maunders, Center of Excellence, summa cum laude. Todd Norton. Ashley M. Olson. Cole Lyndon Potter. Matt W. Steffen. Christian Hayes Thompson. Brady M. Timmer. Jacob J. Uthoven. Stacy L. Ulwood. Thomas B. Weber. Tessa C. Wheeldryer, magna cum laude. Owen Weiss, magna cum laude. Ryan John Willie. Graduating in the College of Computing, Andrew David Adlerberg. Bola M. Timoshe. Alex E. Van Gasser, also graduating mathematics for Information Systems, Center of Excellence. Christian R. Barbara. Zachary Tyler Bierman. Patrick Allen Birch, cum laude. Hunter J. Brindley. Elijah W. Chisholm. Matthew Dale Christensen. Caden Allen Corkill. Matthew J. DeBilden, Center of Excellence, magna cum laude. Austin Domini. Joshua Harold Dosdahl, also graduating Mathematics Information Systems, Center of Excellence, magna cum laude. Hunter P. Easterday, magna cum laude. Andrew J. F. Patrick Ewalt. Jonathan D. Farmer. Luke Gassman. Nathaniel Joseph Lewis Golan, cum laude. Elijah Hins, also graduating Associate of Science, cum laude. Gideon Elijah Holmes. Chad J. Horak. Jared Horak. Alexander L. Hauser. Tanner Grant Hubbard. Clinton M. Cooley. Carl Johnson. Riley M. Katmarinsky, also graduating Mathematics for Information System, magna cum laude. Derek Kerner. Joshua Klosterman, Center of Excellence, summa cum laude. Timothy A. Cuter. Neil James Larkin. Jeremy Lee Libby, summa cum laude. Evan J. Bolt, Center of Excellence, magna cum laude. Drew L. Maris. Derek Michael Machino. Sydney J. Moorhead, Center of Excellence, cum laude. Alexis Teaz Moreo. Luke Stephen Newman. Dakota Paris. Tamsi Patel. Bradley S. Pritchett. Devin J. Raby. Jared Edwin Rackman. Ryan L. Raposa. Tyler Sean Rao, Center of Excellence, magna cum laude. Zachary T. Retzer, magna cum laude. Michael C. Schlanta. Christian Skistad, also completing mathematics for information systems. Jeremy D. Schmidt. Justin A. Soderstrom, Center of Excellence, summa cum laude. Claudio Javier Tejada. Jacob D. Thomas, Center of Excellence, magna cum laude. Grant T. Thompson. Aiden Valencia. Man Wang. Warren Wengke, also graduating Math for Information Systems, summa cum laude. Mark Joseph Yeager, Center of Excellence, graduating summa cum laude. Lucas J. Zimba, magna cum laude. Graduating in the College of Education, Lynn Engel, magna cum laude. Caitlin M. Barron. Erica Belter. Taryn Jean Bickett. Elizabeth Bitterman, summa cum laude. Taylor Lee Berger. Nicholas Boone. Vicki Daly. Cody J. Davis. Brianna E. DeCam, magna cum laude. Jacob Michael Ferdinand. J. Ron DaCosta. Tiffany Heron. J. Allen Hall. Caden H. Huntrod, magna cum laude. Michaela Kavanaugh, summa cum laude. Carissa Grace Lewis, magna cum laude. Kelsey Marie Little. Samuel Wayne Mader. Kylie Andrea Martin, summa cum laude. Mark A. Muller. Brianna Olson, cum laude. Brooke Marie Ralph, cum laude. Kelly Marie Short, Center of Excellence, cum laude. Victoria R. Thopko, magna cum laude. Jenna M. Sorsen, cum laude. Alex Anna Stein, summa cum laude. Courtney Sakura, summa cum laude. Danita R. Van Regan Mortar. Megan Smith, magna cum laude. Eric Wall. Nathan Ray Wenicky. Heather Zins, cum laude. Graduating in the interdisciplinary major, Ariana Duran. Kendra L. Hall. Jordan Michelle Jenkins. Alicia Karst. Alvin Reels Jr. Peggy Schroeder. James Ronald Sumption. Matthew S. Wright. The candidates for the associate level degrees granted by DSU in the College of Arts and Sciences: Kelsey Jo M. Casanova, Ale A. DeBay, Kayleen N. Johnson. Ashley J. Schmidt with honor. Kara Sykes. Graduating in the College of Business and Information Systems, Alyssa Oschlager. Janita R. Birick. Sherry M. Finnison.
So will all of the graduates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree to which you are entitled with all the rights and privilege appertaining thereto. Members of this 2017 graduating class, we celebrate your accomplishments. You may now move your tassels from your right to your left, and as you do so, I invite those in the audience to join me in applauding your success.
We're almost done. Dakota State University has a long heritage of providing outstanding education and producing successful graduates. Today, we are proud to recognize several of our graduates who crossed a similar stage 50 years ago. At this time, we will take a moment to recognize graduates of the class of 1967. I ask DSU Alumni Association Board Member Arden Jones to assist President Griffiths in presenting a very special diploma to our guest alumni. Please hold your applause until all of our special alumni have been introduced. From the class of 1967, Claire Anderson, Madison, South Dakota. Dan Bohl, Madison, South Dakota. Mark Christofferson, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Cheryl Branson Cressman, Lenox, South Dakota. Levon Dicken, Hartford, South Dakota. Jean Egan, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. David Egan, Littleton, Colorado. Tim Hansen, Milford, Kansas. Sharon Hummel Hayenga, Omaha, Nebraska. Georgia Jorgensen Hayes, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Beverly Hodney Heidelberger, Spencer, South Dakota. Marilyn Moose Justman, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Norma Sonnen McKay, Parker, Colorado. Joan Billsby Miller, Hastings, Minnesota. Richard Mosho, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Linda Petheram Nelson, Black Hawk, South Dakota. Janice Ray Pamperin, Lubbock, Texas, a 1995 Distinguished Alum. Roger Pamperin, Lubbock, Texas, a 1995 Distinguished Alum. Lois Meyer Panning, Hamburg, Minnesota. Ray Peterson, Brookings, South Dakota. Judith Waite Prohl, Castlewood, South Dakota. Rita Hayder Rowan, Watertown, South Dakota. Gary Schultz, Canton, South Dakota. Marilyn Jeffers Thuy, Hayti, South Dakota. Pauline Tolson, Harrisburg, North Carolina. And Cheryl Karen Warren, Alexandria, Minnesota. Congratulations to this very special group of alumni. Dakota State University has a long-standing tradition of honoring distinguished alumni. Today, we are pleased to recognize Frederick J. Smith as the recipient of this year's Distinguished Alumni Award. Fred came to DSU as a non-traditional student and an Army veteran. After graduating from General Beadle State College in 1967, he earned a master's degree from South Dakota State University. Fred went on to teach in the Panama Canal Zone and later at the high school in Eagle Butte, South Dakota. He finished his career in education at the Flandreau Indian School, retiring in 1997. Fred's post-retirement career was spent as an equal rights specialist with the Emergency Management Agency, where he traveled to over 60 natural disaster sites throughout the United States and Puerto Rico. Fred retired once again in 2015 and spends his time volunteering in the Flandreau community. Unfortunately, Fred was unable to join us today, but sent his appreciation for the designation of Distinguished Alumnus and his greetings to his fellow honorees from the class of 1967. Congratulations, Fred.
There is one group present that we haven't yet fully recognized today. Would all DSU alumni please stand and be recognized and give yourselves a round of applause. So, loyal to blue, go Trojans. Please be seated. It's now my pleasure to call upon Mr. Arden Jones, representing your Dakota State University Alumni Association, to welcome today's graduates as alumni of this university.
They always leave us for last because they know it's going to be short. So I'd like to also add my congratulations, but one thing I didn't see or we didn't talk about, I would like all the legacy graduates to stand up and their parents to stand up for a second, because I think that's just great. So if you could all stand up, the ones that got the legacy cords, and your parents stand up if you're out there. I think that's just awesome. So today you entered this building as a student, now you're going to leave as an alumni. Our numbers continue to grow. We're now over 12,000 alumni, and this can be a valuable network to you as you move forward. As I just mentioned, the legacy graduates, that's kind of special. I have one, Gary Jones. It's a testimony to the quality of education offered here, and that tradition continues from your parents now to you. I would like to leave you with this. As you leave here, stay involved, continue to be a part of DSU. Keep the alumni office informed of where you're at. Give us your address and what you're doing. Don't forget this university. We look forward to seeing you at upcoming events, and for sure make it back for homecoming in the fall. And like Dr. Griffith said, loyal to blue, baby. Congratulations.
Before we conclude, I'd like to ask you that we all take just a couple of moments to savor this occasion. Graduates, or should I say new alumni, This is a significant milestone in your lives and in the launching of your careers on various trajectories of success. We don't know where your paths will lead you as you leave Dakota State, but we do know that they will be wider and richer with great success and experiences than had you never been here at Dakota State. And as you leave, I challenge you to take with you the knowledge and wisdom of those under whose tutelage you've sat. I challenge you also to stay in touch with the people who've been significant to you during this time. Those relationships will shape your lives in ways you may not yet see or understand, but they are important, and you need to continue to nurture them, if only for a distance. Most of all, I challenge you to stay in touch with the person that you've now become during your studies here at Dakota State, and as a result of all your education and experiences that have led you to this day. So I'd like to close with a quote from a wise writer, one perhaps even part of your own childhood, Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss wrote what I think is a good plan for all of you. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're off to great places. Today is your day. You know what you know. Your mountain is waiting, so off you go. Families and friends, on behalf of the faculty, staff, and students of Dakota State University, I thank you all for attending this commencement. We invite you to join your graduate and faculty at Dakota Prairie Playhouse for punch, coffee, and cake in recognition of today's graduates. To conclude this commencement, I ask that the entire audience rise and join in the singing of the Alma Mater led by the DSU Voices. The words are printed on the back of your program, and after the singing, please remain standing for the recessional.
On the eastern plains of South Dakota, where the sunshine is ever near, there's the